How's it going, guys? Today we're gonna be doing a challenge. I am the CS student and we're gonna be doing a Hack the Box challenge from a CTF that I just finished, which was a couple of days. It was pretty nice, pretty interesting, and we're gonna be doing this challenge that I find quite nice called Restricted. Restricted is basically a challenge in which you get a restricted shell, and basically you don't have as many commands as you would like to, and basically you can't do much. The goal of this challenge is to get the flag, as all of the other um, challenges, and figure out what to do. Okay, so we start the challenge and we can see two things done. One is there is an IP, and second one is download files. I already downloaded the files, so here we go. Here are the files. And something that I am very curious about is first the build Docker and see if they have something interesting, but it seems like a very simple Docker file shell script. Second one, we check the Docker file, and this one has more interesting stuff. For example, you can see that there is a home directory for a user called restricted, and you can also see that there are a couple of things more. For example, they moved the flag from source flag to root directory flag, which means that's going to be there. And second thing that you can see is that the flag that they moved, they changed the name to something else. They changed it to something else with random strings. For example, flag underscore something random. So might have numbers, might have letters, might have both. And lastly, and most important, will be checking the source directory, in which they give us an SSH configuration. And that gives away something very interesting. One is that we need to connect via SSH, and second of all, if we scroll from the top all the way to the bottom, we can see that there is this user called restricted, and restricted has a permit for empty password, which means you don't actually need to put a password, and that gives away that we don't need to log in with any specific password. So let's just SSH into it, and as you can see, it will just log in directly into it and says that this is our user and is restricted. However, is it really restricted? We can't use ls, we cannot use cd, we cannot use many things, but I can use pwd, and that tells me that I'm in restricted. Now, we know that by a fact the flag should be in the root directory, so it's going to be flag something, right? But how can I see the root directory? Well, there is a couple of commands maybe that we can say. Help always tells you how many commands you have and which can you use, and I will tell you which of these is the right one to use. However, when I was doing the challenge, first thing that I was trying, it was like, okay, well, can I do, this kind of thing, and then like press tab like twice, the key tab, and yeah, it seems like there is something, right? But now my next challenge will be like, okay, well, how can I print the content inside a file? And now that I know how can I use tab, and I can try to check flag, and as you can see, there is something in the directory called flag something something. I can put just this and press tab twice, and you can see that I get to see all this stuff. Like I see all this, and here is our flag, right? So how can I print the flag? And if we remember a bit of the commands that we had before, there is this command called while. While will allow us to run some commands until something happens. While is just a loop, and most of you might know it because you have taken programming or something related to it. So while read, because we're gonna read a file, -r, that just to prevent some backslashes, don't care much about it. Line is the line of each of the file. Line by line, we're gonna be reading the file, right? Do, I'm gonna zoom in just so it breaks properly. Yeah, yep, there we go. Okay, so do, and then what do I want to do? Do is gonna do a command. Well, I want you to echo that line, and once you do that, you're done. But the thing is, we haven't even passed the file. How does it know? Well, that's very simple. We just need to use this less than, and then just /flag and press tab. And if we do this, ideally it should give us the flag, and as a spoiler alert, yes, it does. So here's the flag, and it says HTTP restrictions are powerless. And I agree, restrictions can be very limited, and if not done well, can be very bad for whoever does it. So we're gonna close the session, we're gonna submit the flag, and here we go. Challenge pound. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you learned something about it, just give it a like, follow, and make sure to check the other videos. Bye.